The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John.
Glory to you, O Lord.
At that time, standing by the cross of Jesus were his mother and his mother's sister, Mary the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene. When Jesus saw his mother and the disciple whom he loved standing near, he said to his mother, "Woman, behold your son." Then he said to the disciple, "Behold your mother." And from that hour the disciple took her to his home. The Gospel of the Lord. My dear brothers and sisters, in the first reading, which is taken from the book of Genesis today, the author speaks about Adam and Eve. And at the seminary, during our theology lectures on grace, I was fascinated by the person of Eve, the mother of all things, the mother of all the living, the book describes her as. And I said to my lecturer, what is the difference between Mary and Eve? The angel comes to Mary and says to Mary, "Hail Mary, full of grace. You are unique amongst all people. You are full of grace. The Lord is with you." I said to my seminary lecturer, but Eve must have been very much the same. She was the first, unique, close to God. She had had no opportunity to sin. She walked with God himself in the garden, in innocence. Indeed, if there were ever two women in all of human history that were singularly special, it would be Eve and Mary. So I said to my seminary lecturer, what went wrong? And he answered me, and I'll never forget because it's the seminal problem that characterizes the human condition. He answered me, what went wrong was choice. Eve had a choice. Obey God. Stay close to God. Do not eat from the fruit in the middle of the garden. Listen to me, God was saying. Obey me, be close to me. Serve me. Love me as I love you. That's what God was saying to Eve. And in very much the same way, with the angel's message, God says the same thing to Mary. And whereas Eve chose not to obey, Mary said, "Let it be done to me according to your word." Mary chose the better path, to stay close to God, to serve God, to love God, to choose God. So the fundamental difference between Eve and Mary, between these two graceful women, was choice. And Mary chose right. And so in the Bible, St. Paul looks at Mary as the new Eve, the one who made the better choice, the new mother of all the living. And in the gospel today, we see Jesus Christ affirming Mary as the mother of the church, the mother to those given the new life in the church. A little further on in that gospel, just a few sentences more, the soldier pierces the side of Jesus, and from his side comes blood and water. Very significant, so significant in fact that in the American Catholic Bishops' Conference's readings for today, that passage is included. Significant because the water symbolizes baptism and the blood symbolizes the Eucharist, the two great sacraments which encapsulate church. Baptism, how we enter the church, the gateway to all the other sacraments, and the Eucharist, what we gather for, what we seek, what we long, those two great sacraments that encapsulate church itself. And Mary is there. Mary is present, and Mary was given as mother, symbolically to the beloved disciple, but in truth, in total truth, to the church, to each and every one of us. Mary who makes the right choices, Mary who is close to God, Mary who serves God, Mary who loves God, becomes our mother. And what are mothers but role models? Protectors, nurturers, carers, both fierce in the defense of their children and gentle in the care of them. And Mary, as our mother, is all of that for us. Role model of the right choices, fierce in our defense, gentle in our care. There is no more appropriate a day than today, after we celebrate the birthday of the Christian Church in Pentecost, to remember and to celebrate Mary as mother of that church, as mother of us all. Mary, who always points the way to Jesus. Mary who loves, Mary who cares, Mary our intercessor. Let it never be said that the Catholic Church undervalues the role of woman in its spirituality, in its liturgical life, in its theology. One only needs to look at the central person of Mary to see that that is completely unfounded. And so, my dear brothers and sisters, today as we celebrate this great person, this great mother, let us all remember that in her and through her we have a great example. We have a fierce defender. We have a gentle carer. And let us earnestly seek in prayer and meditation her defense and her care in our lives, in our spirituality, in our homes, in our families, in our churches, especially at this difficult time. Let us today of all days turn to Mary as one church, as one faithful, saying together, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. Blessed are you amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us. Pray for me. Pray for us, sinners, now, especially now, and at the hour of our death. Amen.